Is that correct? Yes. So we want to use flash fill. Flash fill.
Can you please repeat it?
Okay.
The trim, can you repeat it?
Okay. I'll repeat it
Okay. Can you repeat
by
that? Thank you.
explaining what trim does. The trim function helps you to remove extra spaces. The reason we want to remove these extra spaces is so that we can have them without the spaces. If I do text to column, pay attention now. If I do text to column, in column 4, 5, 6 to column 11, the column that will be returned to me, I mean, in row 4, 5, from 4 to 11, is going to return an empty column to me. So let me demonstrate it so that you understand why you have to do trimming. So I will select the first cell, hold down Control key, hold down Shift key, press the down arrow key, and then I will go to, pay attention now, this is very important. I'll click on data. Data is here, and then I will do text to column. Just need to take this out. Text to column. All right. Okay. So we are using the delimiter. We'll go to next. Look at the data preview. Look at the data preview. You notice that in the first row, the account number was returned, but in the subsequent rows, it returned empty, empty, empty. Can we see it?
Yes.
So if you continue scrolling down, you will see that in some places, the first column returned the account number, while the second column returned the account number in some instances. All right. That is because spaces are existing in that first column. That's why you need to take it out. All right. That's why you need to take it out. So we will now trim. So I will do equals to trim. Someone was very active yesterday. I think it's Rita. Is Rita in the class?
I'm here, but I got confused at the point.
Okay, you can type your question. I can always go back and fix it. Okay.
All right, thank you.
So I'll touch the trim. All right, and then I will hit the first cell, and then I will close that bracket, and then hit enter. Okay, and I can now drag it down. Now look at this. It has removed all the extra spaces in the column. It has removed all the extra spaces in the column. All right. So even if you want to do text to column, if you want to do text to column, I'll have to paste this as value so that it won't be returning that formula. So if you click on text to column, all right, go to next, you will see that the account number is in the first column. All right, it has returned the account number in the first column, and the extra spaces have been removed. But what if I do not want to use text to column? We can use the super flash. Is that correct? The flash fill rather. Okay, how do I do the flash fill? Excel is very intelligent. All I need to do is to type the first account number. So I'll put 200 684 165. All right, just type it. Excel will know, oh, this is the type of data you want from this other data. And when you do that, no, you drag it down. I think it didn't return the correct thing. Did I type it correctly? 68 200 684
165.
165 is correct. All right. So when you do that, you do flash fill. Flash fill. Look at that. You click on flash fill. Flash fill is here. Is here. Can you see it? You don't need to go through the process of column to text to column and all of that. Just type the first one. Just type the first one. What it does is to tell Excel, I am looking for this type of information from this data set. All right, and Excel will just do the same thing for you. You are going to see how we can also do that for the rest of the information. Now, for the amount, I'm going to type.
There's a short key. Sorry, sir. There's a shortcut to it.
Tell me.
Control E.
Yeah, Control E. You're right. I don't want to go to the shortcut aspect now, just so that everybody would follow. Okay, so to get the amount, I will type 10,000, 065.49. Is that correct? 0.49. And I will hit flash fill. Look at that. It has returned that information for me. The second one is 0.00. All right. The third one is what? 17,927. Is that correct? 0.20. Is that correct? Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're right.
All right. All right. I hope we are doing it. Flash
Is it
fill.
under home? Is it under home?
It's not under home. It's under data. Let me show you. Click on data. Look at data here. All right. When you click on data, all right, you come to flash fill. Look at flash fill. Flash fill is here. Flash fill.
Mine is not highlighted. That's why.
It's not highlighted in your own.
Yeah, it's there, but I think it's blocked also. How do I get it highlighted?
The number.
When you when you type the first data, just click on the column, the row below. Let me show you. So the first one is 10,065.49. Just click on the row below. It should be highlighted.
Okay.
Can you see it? Who asked the question?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Is that Justice?
Yes.
Okay. So when you click on the second row, just click on the flash fill. You will see that it will just return that information to you. So you don't need to really type left, right, center, middle, and the rest of them. All right. However, there are also jobs that may require you doing all of that left, right, and middle, or concatenation. All right. It's important that you master these functions and these features. All right. So the next one we're going to do is to return the credit or the debit. Do you think the flash fill can work? Can we attempt it to see if it would work?
Let's try, sir.
All right.
Let's try, sir.
So for the first one, we will do credit. All right. CR. And then you click flash fill. Flash fill. And you can see that it has returned the whole information for you. Look at here. Number 15, row 15 is debit.
Yes.
All right. The rest are credit, credit, credit. All right. And you can see that in the whole 14,000 rows, it has returned the accurate data for you. And this is a $50 job. I'm going to take you to the site, Upwork. All right, you are going to see many jobs like this. And if you are able to just do them within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you get paid your money. As a matter of fact, I want to believe that the reason we want to upskill our Excel skill is so that we would have more opportunities maybe at our workplace, or you would also be able to make extra income with the use of your skill, your newly found skill. So yesterday I showed us some of these jobs on Upwork. I will go to Upwork. If you also go to Fiverr, or freelancer.com, you see a lot of these jobs. They are so simple jobs that you can do in 10 minutes, in 20 minutes, in highest 10 minutes, you are done with the job and the person pays you your money and then you walk away. All right, you walk away. Some persons, like I mentioned yesterday, make as much as $200 in a day, $300 in a day, $500 in a day, just doing data analysis, just doing data analysis. All right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to just go to, let me stop sharing this and go to Upwork.
Okay, sorry, sir. While you are sharing this screen, can I ask a question?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, this is Rap. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. But this second method is faster. You see, like you mentioned, the freelancer sites like Fiverr and others. I think I attempted one time, and they like, have you built a site? Have you done this? So the processes, they need to give you a result if you pass to be being part of them. Does he ask of those things? I don't know. But those things discouraged me one time too. But really, this economy requires us to have other side income. So I've been trying to, and a friend told me about your class. I had interest to join. Okay, let me see the link. Is it easy to get connected? They ask a lot of things.
Okay. As a matter of fact, some platforms have their own requirement for you becoming a member. All right. There are some platforms that require that you even pay some registration fee, some form of premium fee just to become a member, just to be able to have the opportunities to take some jobs there. But the platform I'm referring to you, Freelancer, Upwork, and Fiverr do not require you doing any form of website design or website development. All you need to do is to get an assistance of someone who is already in it, and the person will help you build your profile. Okay, I would in fact may not even require, you may not even need the assistance of anyone. Hold on, let me just share my screen in a moment. I know this is not what this class is about, but a couple of us, some of us, we are coming to ask me questions about, how they can make extra income. Many people are interested in how they can make extra income, because you don't just want to learn Excel and then not use that skill for something profitable. All right. And that is why I am interested in making sure that as many persons that are joining this class, at the end of the class, you would have opportunity to make meaningful income out of your skill. Now, this is Upwork. All right, all you need to do is to register, build up your profile, show your interest. If your interest is in the area of data analysis, data processing, data entry, a lot of people do data entry, and then you will be having this job. Look, all you need to do is, if you are interested in this guy said, need help collecting emails from a web page, please apply if you can speak English and are comfortable using the Google Sheet. All right, this is something that you can do just by extracting the emails. What the guy needs is an email from a web page. If you export that web page in the form of HTML, or you export it in Word document, or you export it in any form and bring it into Excel, put it in one column, you can now start separating the emails. Just what we have been doing, just separate the emails. I don't know the number of columns, I mean the number of rows that this spreadsheet has. All right, just extract the emails for him and send it to him. You can see that this guy has spent $30,000 paying people to do this kind of jobs for him. Someone above here has spent $200,000 in the UK paying people on Upwork to do this kind of jobs for them. I will take you to Fiverr as well. This is Fiverr. All right, these are people doing jobs on Fiverr. All you need to do is to register, set up your profile, and these are all Excel related jobs. This guy said, I will do data entry, copy paste, and Excel data entry work. He is charging $10 per job, and he has done 526 job. All right, if you multiply 526 by 10, he has made $5,260 $5,626. All right. This guy has taken 404 jobs. This guy, or this one is charging $50. This one is charging $15, and he has taken 552 jobs. And what are they doing? The guy said he's doing data entry, copy paste, typing, and data entry jobs. All right. Look at this guy. He has done over 1,000 jobs, and he's charging $50 per job. This guy has done over 1,000 job here. He's charging $10. All you need to do is to just set up your profile and just type exactly what these guys are doing. You can even start by charging $5. All right. A lot of people would want to come to you. If you charge $5, for instance, a lot of people will want to come to you. And then you start your earning, you start making money. What these people are doing is not different from what I am teaching you. Data entry, data processing, data cleaning. That is exactly what they are doing. And a lot of these guys, you may hardly see Nigerians here. They are some of them are Indians, some of them are mostly Indians. The reason is because Nigerians, they have not been exposed to this. They have not been exposed to this. All right. So it is a very simple thing, and we have it here on Fiverr. You have it here. Upwork is even very easy. All you need to do is to identify. They are posting jobs every day, every time, every second. You see jobs being posted. I'm going to refresh this page so that you will see some new set of jobs that have already been posted. This is a new profile that I created for the purpose of this class. All right. I do not want to take you to my main profile. All right. So over here, this job was posted 11 hours ago. Look at it, 11 hours ago. And the person is willing to pay up to $100 for this job. He said he has a master list of customers and which he needs to reconcile in the attached workbook. And he has attached, if you go to more, you will see the workbook. The workbook is here. And I don't want us to start looking at it. In the special class that I'm going to be organizing, we are going to be taking these jobs. We will take the jobs and we will do them. All of us will do them together as exercise. All right. And after that, we'll go to another job, look at it, and take that job. The second person here, this job was posted 6 hours ago. The person said, looking for a data analytics specialist to help with a short-term project of setting up an Excel spreadsheet. Tax is included in the attachment. I guess what this person is looking for is system automation. He really wants, or she really wants, something that can automate the task for him or her, and you can take up this job. And the person is willing to pay $50. Nobody has taken this job. It was posted 6 hours ago. This was posted 13 hours ago. This guy said, I have a sales spreadsheet with sales record for 3 months. I need an Excel expert to format my database and pivot so as to permit better virtual of my record visual. This person is talking about visualization, as a matter of fact. This will be used as a template with formulas. Kindly send previous samples so that I can originate my choice, or make up my choice,
Hello,
something like
sir.
that. Yes,
Sorry, I have a question.
go
Okay,
ahead.
good. Thank you so much. This is, in fact, we barely have Nigerians like you who can help people this way. I really do not take it granted, I must say. Now, I want to say, most of everything you are saying is set up an account. Now, I want to ask you a question. Can you guide people? Do you guide people in setting up the account? You are already in it. Like you say, a lot of Nigerians don't know about it. A lot of Nigerians know about it, I must tell you, just that they don't have guide. We live in a life where we need somebody to be a mentor, somebody to guide, help. So in that case, where a lot of people come to us and say, give me money, we rather give them a hook so that they can catch fish than giving them the fish. Now I want to ask you a direct question. Do you guide people in setting up accounts? Honestly, if you say yes, I'm going to look for you. I want to plug in with you.
All right.
I need a guide to create an account. That's
Okay.
just what it takes,
Okay.
because I've tried and it looks like I don't know how to create the account.
All right. So you need a guide, really. You don't just dive into it and expect people to have confidence in you. to start giving you job. And because of that, I think a lot of there was also somebody who asked if I can arrange a special class for beginners that he was not flowing in the he was not in the same pedestrian, okay, with us yesterday. So because of these many questions, Raf, you are not the only one asking for this. Let me tell you a secret that people do not know. You have to build a profile that can give confidence to whoever that you want to get a job to. And that is exactly what I do. I am an expert. All right. I build Excel sheet. I build automated systems in Excel. And not just Excel. I build automated system in Java, in C Sharp. I do Power BI. In fact, if you had looked in my screen, you would have seen the Power BI software installed in my
One.
screen. All right, so I'm an expert in data analysis, and I've been doing that for many years, more than 7 years. Okay, so if you want to build up your profile that can give people confidence, it is also my job. But I want to be sure that I have as much people as possible so that I can do it in a group, guide you in a group. And not just that, what I also intend to do is to make sure that when you get a job and you lack clarity, you need guidance, you can come back to me and I will tell you exactly what to do, the function to use, the formula to use to get you the desired result that you wanted. You guys are really making me digress. Okay, but that is notwithstanding. So
Say
let me show you.
you are not digressing because
Okay,
when you teach us this one, we need to apply it.
yes,
So even like you are saying, we need a special training on how to get job on this one too. I think this one too is a whole classes on its own. So
yes.
you must help us in that area.
All right.
And
So
brother, you are right, Joseph.
so
Just
go ahead, Justice.
Yeah, I've finished. Yeah.
Just a moment. I think my docking station is just tripping off and on. Just let me dock my system again so that I will have more. I actually have multiple screens. When you are doing data analysis, you need to have more than one screen with your docking station. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. I am almost back. Okay. I don't know if you can see my screen now. Can anyone see my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, of
So
course.
Sir, we can see your
this
screen.
is actually the agenda, the plan, the things I plan to cover in this boot camp. But I tell you the truth, you will not be an expert in doing all of these jobs, many of the jobs that you have, because a lot of people would want you to do data visualizations, dashboard for them, interactive dashboard. All right, a lot of people want that kind of job on Upwork and Fiverr. And because of that, I have designed a masterclass. All right, I've designed a masterclass for people who want to do freelancing job. What I have here is Excel for freelancers, and it is mainly for people who want to do freelancing job. This package is going to include me setting up a profile for you, a profile on Upwork and Freelancer, and as well as Fiverr. All right, it also requires that I will guide you when you start your initial jobs. I will show you how you can target jobs and how you can get those jobs, and when you get those jobs, I am going to help to support you until you complete your first job, and as well support you further. So this is for the first master class that I'm going to be holding. All right, Frank, is it Frank or Raf? So this is my plan, but I want to finish. I want to finish the boot camp before we get into the master classes. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so before
Yes,
I
sir.
get into the Excel for freelancers class, I want to finish the boot camp just to make sure that I've given value to people. There are also people who I mentioned that there is a way you can make a lot of money in football. If you are a football lover, all right, I can show you how you can make, at least if you are in Nigeria, 5,000, 10,000 naira on consistent basis, just doing data analysis in football. All right, this is not betting. I'm not into betting, and I don't do betting. But this is how you can identify disparities in odds, all right, between bookmakers, how you can take advantage of the differences in odd between two bookmakers, and you make money from it. You are guaranteed of profit. This is not betting or gambling where you put your money. It's either you lose or you gain. I think I'm going to talk more about this in the class tomorrow. Okay, how I will show you the way to identify disparities in odd, and all you need to do is to get into it and you make your money cool, clean. There is no risk. It is a total zero risk. Okay, if you are into football, you should understand what I am talking about. And then the other one is also excel in business. These are also for people who are in businesses, people who are into finance. I want to look at the financial formulas and how you can do what if analysis. There is a feature in finance called what if analysis, PMT. These are functions that you use in calculating profit and loss, loan, and a lot of other things in finances. All right. Also, the guy, I've forgotten his name, he requested that he wants to start from the beginners level. All right. If you want to go from the beginners level to the intermediate to the advanced, these are also separate classes that I plan to hold with anyone that is interested. I will take you from the zero level of Excel until you become a master in Excel. There are 3 classes to it, from the beginners class, the intermediate class, and the advanced class. This whole classes come with support system. I will have to always support you. I have to always provide guidance. I have to give you materials. I have to always be there to provide the support that you needed. I don't know, before I go back to the bootcamp class, I don't know if there are questions on this or clarifications that you want to
please,
see.
I have a question.
All right.
I have a question. So the Excel master classes includes the outline that you've put there.
This is the bootcamp outline. This is what I intend to cover in the bootcamp. We have already done something like this. In fact, we have covered from here to here. Is that correct? If you have joined our first class, you will see that we have done almost all that we have here. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
And in fact, we have even done referencing, though we have not gotten into detail. We didn't get into them in details. What is still outstanding is chart. I would like to introduce you to chart. I've also introduced you to concatenation. I've not introduced if function, how you can also do nested if, VLOOKUPs, and then the easy shortcuts and tips and tricks that you have in Excel. So this is the outline of the boot camp. All right, I don't want to drive it deeper because I understand some persons are just at the beginners level, other persons are just at the intermediate level. All right, but I believe if you just want Excel for normal day-to-day usage, maybe in the office, what you have here should be able to get you on the ground and running.
So like what I was asking is the master class that was on the screen.
Yes. The master
where
class.
I saw beginners, advanced, business, and those things.
You are asking what the outline is. Is that the question? Is that the question, Justice? Is Justice still online? Can anyone still hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear you.
Did anyone
hear
get
you.
Justice's question? Is he asking the outline for the beginners? Okay.
I guess that is what he's asking for.
Okay. We hope that he comes back with his question again. Does anybody have further question before we get back to the boot camp? Okay. So I'm going to talk more about this just for people who are interested, people who want me to set up their profile for them and also support them, especially in the area of freelancing, making money in football, and also the business aspect of it. All right, so let's get back to our um, class. I would like you to open the spreadsheet that I shared yesterday. The name is Excel Formula Bootcamp file.
Yes, please.
Excel Formula Bootcamp file. Okay, so yesterday we looked at operators, all right? We looked at operators and we also saw certain rules that apply when you are making use of operators. Okay, when we were in school, primary school, if you did mathematics very well, you would understand the rule of BODMAS. Okay, the rule of BODMAS. If, for instance, I want to do the output of 2 plus 8 divided by 5 is different from the output of 2 plus 8 in bracket divided by 5. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so yes,
Yes, sir.
so let's see the difference. Okay, when I say 2 plus 8 divided by 5, it gives me 3.6. All right, and I'm going to put them in brackets and do the same thing. 2 plus 8 in bracket divided by 5, and this gives me 2. It is the same formula, but the result is not the same. What is the difference? In the first one, I do not have bracket in it. In the second one, I have bracket in it. So the rule of BODMAS says that bracket will have to be resolved first. All right, bracket will have to be resolved before the other numbers or the other operators take effect. So what we have here is 2 plus 8, which gives me 10. Now 10 divided by 5 will give me 2. Is that correct? Is someone following?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
in the
Right.
second one, I have 2 plus 8 divided by 5. Because there are no brackets here, division takes precedence. It's going to be 8 divided by 5 plus 2. 8 divided by 5 plus 2, and that is going to give me 3.6. So when you are doing calculation in Excel and you are making use of operators, you have to obey the rule of BODMAS. If you do not obey the rule of BODMAS, it is just going to give you any output that it understands. So yesterday we looked at total, that is sum. We looked at average. We looked at minimum, maximum. All right, and I believe that all of us understood it. Okay, we saw that if you are to sum any range of data, all you need to do is to put equals to and put a sum function, and it gets you that summation. Something applicable to average, to minimum, and to maximum. Yesterday, we also looked at count and count A. What does count do? Who can tell me? There are some people in the class and I've not heard from them. Sunday, are you online?
I'm with you, sir.
Okay. Were you in our class yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you remember what the count function does?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us, please?
It counts the numbers from C4 to C20.
That is correct. It counts
The number in
numerical.
row.
It counts the numerical values in a role. Okay, so when we do count in this role and we select this range of role, this range of data is going to return the number that we have here. While count A, Clara, were you in the class yesterday? Clara, William,
Yes, sir.
were you in the class yesterday? What does count A does?
Yes, sir.
What does
Okay, count A is for the alphabet, the alphabetical values.
Yes, yes. So
That's
if you
the
want,
names.
thank you very much. If you want to count alphabetical values in a range of data, you can use count A. So yesterday we also looked at cell referencing, and I introduced two types of cell referencing to us, the relative cell referencing and the absolute cell referencing. And this was where we stopped. We were able to get the bonus for the salaries. So there's going to be an increment of 2% in the salaries, and we were able to get the value of the 2%. All right. And I mentioned that in order to ensure that the whole salary looks at this 2%, we have to make it absolute. All right. We have to make it absolute. The reason for this is if you do not make it absolute and you drag down your data, all right, it's just going to be looking at the relative value, the numbers that are under here. And if you have 0, 0, 0, or if you have empty cells there, it won't be, it will return invalid value for you. And also, this data has become dynamic because if we decide to change this 2% and we say, let's make it 5%, automatically these whole values are going to change. Can you see? They all change instantly. And if we make it 10%, we say, okay, the increment is going to be 10%. And look at that. It all changes while you are changing this value here. What does that tell you? These whole new values are looking at this cell here. Okay, that is the importance of making a formula absolute. If you want it to be absolute, you make it absolute. If you do not want it to be absolute, you also allow it to be relative. Okay, so the increment is 10%. What will be the new salary? We will say it's equals to the old salary plus the new salary, and you hit enter. And this becomes the new salary. The old salary was 34%. The bonus was 3,487, and the new salary becomes 38,000. All right. We want to look at how we can define names. How we can define names. All right. If you look over here, I can turn this whole cell into an array, okay? And it will allow me to manipulate the information that I have here. If I want to sum, pay attention now, I'm going to ask a question. If I want to sum this column and this column and return it into this cell here, who can give me an idea? Who can tell me how we can do that? Omuzurike. Jefta.
Okay, can I give an idea?
Okay, please.
So perhaps I don't know if you taught this yesterday. I didn't join yesterday class.
Okay.
But I know this what do you call it? This order and the quantity you wanted to add to get a figure, right? You can name you can name the rows. You can name the columns. I mean, if you name these columns, say from B4 to B17, you name it, and you also name D4 to D17. It's just a open method. If you name them, then you can add them together. You can go there and say equals to sum this and this. Then it will give you an answer.
Thank you very much. Who answered that? You are already at the expert level. Oh.
I'm a lecturer. Sorry, sir. I must tell you, I just came to tap knowledge.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Fantastic. It's great to have you. It's great to have you. Okay, so yes, he is absolutely correct. So how we do that is to give it a name. How do you give it a name? You can highlight this and come over here. This is called the name box. Name box. We'll call it NA name box like this. All right, we'll call it name box. Okay. How do we give a name to this? We'll highlight this, come to the name box and call it, who can give us a name? What do we call it? Order. We can call it order.
Where is the name box?
The name box is here. Okay, this is where the name box is. All right, so I will highlight this and then I will go to the name box and I'll just type any name. I'll just give it any name. In this case, I want to call it value 1. I will type value 1. When you type it, hit enter. Okay, automatically a cell will store this. Now look, if I highlight it, it's just going to give it value 1. So under quantity, I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to call it value 2. Before we change, I think I've already given it quantity before now. All right, look at column E. Column E. All right, if you highlight the data in column E and check what we have in the name box, we have E4, but E4 is not the name of the entire data set. Okay, so I'm going to call it value 3, value 3, and then I'm going to call the quantity value 2, value 2, and hit enter. Now what we want to add is column B and column Z. We want to put the answer here. What can we do? We can say equals to value 1. Look at that. Can you see that value 1 has been added as what we have in that IntelliSense? Okay, I can do value 1, then I say plus value 2.
This one, you are going too fast for me.
All right. All right. So when I hit enter, oh, I'm supposed to do sum. Okay. Equal to sum value 1 comma value 2. And then close it. And look at that. It has returned the sum of the two values. It has returned the sum of the two values. I have 534. Let me move it to somewhere else. 534,547. Is that answer correct? So I can come over here and say sum this, close it, and then come over here, equal to sum this, close it, and then just here I'm going to say equals to this plus this, just a way of data validation. You see that the figures are the same. The figures are the same. So this plus this will give you this. Another way you can do that is to use the name range, which is what we did before now. Sum, look at it here, value 1 plus value 2. Look at it here, value 1 plus value 2.
If you can repeat the name box again, how to get the name box?
All right, I'm going to repeat the name box again. So how do you give a name to a range of data? The reason we want to give a name to a range of data is so that we can use that range of data anywhere in the workbook. Okay, anywhere. In fact, I can go to this worksheet. Look at this, join string. Look at this, pay attention. You need to understand why you want to make use of the name box. The moment you give a name to a range of data, it is stored in the workbook. It stores it in the entire workbook. I hope we know the difference between a workbook and a worksheet. A workbook contains a worksheet. So you can have many worksheets inside a workbook. All these here are called worksheets. Okay, so when you store a range of data and you give it a name, it can be referenced to in any part of the workbook. Now look at this. I will say equals to some value 1. Can you see that value 1 is there? Comma, or comma, and then value 2. Value 2. And then I hit enter. Look at that. It's still giving me that same value here. Despite the fact that that record is not existing in this worksheet. I'm doing this now in a join string worksheet. All right, but you can see that it is returning the value for me here. So any place that I want to use that range of data, anywhere that I want to use that name range of data, I can just call the name. I can just call the name, and the moment I call that name, it will just give me that value. Okay, it will just give me that value. All right, I can even say equals to count value 1. All right, I can say count value 1. Okay, I think I have count value 1 is value 1. Close that. Can you see it's returning the number of items I have in value 1, 14. Okay, so when you go to here, this is value 1. The number of item here is what? 14. Okay, and you can also get the average. If I say equals to average, and I put value 2, I want to get the average for value 2. Value 2. And I hit enter. And look at that. The average is 35,400 and that. You can do minimum, you can do maximum, and then it can go on and on and on. Okay, I do not want to feed you with a whole lot of information. Like I mentioned when we started, the way you master Excel is that any concept that you learn, go back and practice it. Go back and practice it. It is in practicing that you will perfect that skill. Okay, it is in practicing that you will perfect the skill. All right, so I would like to take questions before we wrap up for today's class. We're going to be drawing the curtain. I do not want the class to be exceeding 9 o'clock, just so that people can do other things before they go to bed.
You were explaining the name box, but you skipped it. I want to ask you to do the name box.
Okay, the name box. How do you do name box? You select the range of data that you want to give a name to. Why do you want to do this? Just so that you will be able to reference it, or just so that you'll be able to make use of it anywhere in the workbook. So when you select it, when you select the range of data, go to the name box section, this place that is highlighted. Let me highlight it again. This place that is highlighted here. All right.
Yes, please.
When you select the range of data, just go there and give it a name. Now, I am going to give it a different name. It's not going to be value 1. I will call it set 1. Should I call it set 1? I'll call it set 1. Now, the new name has become set 1. Okay, you can do the same thing to this. Highlight it, go to that name box and give it set 2. Set 2 and hit enter. The moment you put the name of that range of data, just hit enter. All right, when you hit enter, it gives it that name automatically. All right, that way you will be able to reference that data range from anywhere. So if I say equals to sum set 1 set 2, it will give me the value. What did I call the first one? Was it set 1?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'm not able to change this. It's still showing me value 1. So let me use another set of data. Let me use another set of data. Replace. Okay, we can do that here. You can go to combining function, the combining function worksheet. First of all, you will select this range of data. Do not select the Q1. Don't select the header. Just select from C4. Select it to C16. Come over here, type, what do we call it? Item 1. Item 1. You hit enter. All right. So do the same thing on Q2. Type item 2.
Okay.
Hit enter.
Enter again.
Okay. So come over here. You can now say equal to sum item 1, okay, comma item 2. All right. You close the bracket, hit enter, and that gives you that value. Isn't that simple? Have you gotten it? Who asked the question? Was it Owolabi?
Yeah. Yes, I've gotten it.
Justice, you are the one that asked the question.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to be wrapping up today at this junction. Tomorrow we are going to look at conditional formatting. There are a lot of things to look at in conditional formatting, and we'll look at how you can use tables, how you can format your data in tabular forms. We'll also look at if, the if function, the sum if functions. We'll look at charts, we'll look at dynamic charts, and a lot of other useful things. All right, so we'll be wrapping up here at this junction. And if you have any question, please feel free to interact in the group. You can ask your questions. You can you know, seek clarification for anything on the group.
My question is the freelancer and then the Upwork that you talk about.
Yes.
When are we going to do that? You say you have to have a class or something.
Yes.
How do
So
we go about it?
just so that I'll be sure that I have considerable number. If you are interested in it, just type in the group, I am interested in the Excel freelancer class, the master class for Excel freelancers. Type it in the group. I will just count the number and then schedule you for that class. Okay. Please, as much as possible, I guarantee you that if you go through the master class, I'm going to take my time to tutor you. I'm going to take my time to set up your profile and make sure that you are up and running in that aspect of making extra income using Excel. Excel. And I tell you the truth, if you just learn Excel and you don't practice it, you are going to forget a lot of things. You are going to forget a lot of things in it. So the secret is in practicing it. And one way or one thing you can do to practice it is to be taking up job. It's not just going to give you extra income, it's also going to help drive home the learning. Okay, everything that you have learned, in practicing it, you can be able to do what? Drive it home. Okay, it's benefit are much. It gives you extra income. It also helps you master Excel, get to the level of mastery in Excel. So I encourage you if you are interested in the group, just tell me that you are interested. I will count the number and then schedule the class. All right, any other question? So the recorded section, I would like to edit it so that I will take out the unnecessary part. I wouldn't want it to be long. This class has lasted for 1 hour 30 minutes. Now, not a lot of people will have the time to sit for 1 hour 30 minutes to listen to the class. So I would like to take out the sections that are not very important and just condense it so that in 30 minutes, everyone that listens to it will get the whole concept. So give me some time to quickly edit it, and then I'll post the link. Any other question from anyone? All right. Thank you very much for joining the class, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow while we continue to master Excel. Thank you, and